Hi guys, Doge here with a new video, and this video will be about Enhancement Shaman and the gearing process I've made for the first week of the season, and the coming weeks I'm going to also talk about this in this video. But before we start, today's video is sponsored by Trade Skill Master add-on, in short TSM. TSM is for everyone, whether you're just looking to have a few more golds or you are a skilled trader that looks to flip millions of gold every single month. TSM can help you manage your auctions with ease. This will make sure you're not underselling your precious items, but also not overpaying your future purchases. It can be used to drive your professions to the next level. It will show you what's most profitable to craft, but also the add-on offers now a new premium packages, may I say, that help you elevate your gold making game. Tapping in TSM's vast database, helping you with your next decisions on what to buy and also what to sell. Use my link in the description to get 15% off your first purchase of premium TSM package. Thank you to TSM for sponsoring this video, and we will now set our eyes onto the video. So let's talk about the gearing. We have bought multiple pieces. We have also crafted a lot of great pieces, and I actually decided to take a risk. Now, this is not going to be something everyone is going to do, but if you have a choice, I would do this way. If you haven't played your Enhancement Shaman yet, for example, and you need to still gear, this like stats that I'm going for and the gear I'm going for is really feeling well. Now, I still need to do enchants and whatnot, but I'm just like postponing it every single time. But right now we have like a fully geared Enhancement Shaman. I cannot gear it more for PvP right now. Tomorrow will be bloody tokens and conquest being open again. But pretty much, what did I do? So I crafted 3 pieces with the 9 heraldries you get for free. We did a haste mastery ring, which is very fantastic. We have also a haste mastery neck with also a gem. So we did the 5% damage reduction when affected by crowd control, but you could also use the snare one because you do like get snared pretty often. So you get some good damage out of that. But I do like the 5% damage reduction because we do get CC'd, and often we do die in CCs. And we did a Algari competitor's chain scuff. So we also made the wrists haste first. And we have also the embellishment, so the double the effect of your other Nairobian embellished item, positive and negative. This is still working with my offhand that I made with like not even lower honor level than my honor level gear, so it's 613. I still need to upgrade it. I'm just like a bit like lazy, but it's the same, right? You get like ascendance, and this is doubled because of the embellishment you're getting on your wrist, for example. I didn't decide to make like a conquest item for your weapon because first and foremost it costs more than your off pieces, and you only get like 1 weapon and then 1 piece instead of having like 3 pieces. And at the 3rd week of the conquest that we're going to grind, you're going to get like 2 free weapons. So for example, here I take this quest here. We get a critical strike damage weapon, which is not that great, but we also get a mastery weapon, which is quite good. Overall, what you could do is like use that fist weapon and still create a weapon if you want to with conquest. Personally, I will be using those 2, and once we are fully geared, I'm going to replace it with like better weapons. But right now, I'm actually very satisfied. I think I did make a good choice to have like the better secondary stats, because secondary stats are what is making your spec function. I have haste mastery, which is effectively getting us to a lower point on verse. That's true. We have like 15%, 16% maybe verse, which is not a lot, but we get a lot of damage on your mastery. We get a lot of haste like damage as well because of your haste, and I like to have like heavy haste and heavy mastery and sacrifice a bit of verse because of that. We also took the legs 2 set, so we have legs, and we also made the helm with the 1600 achievement because we did get 1600 in Soul Shuffle and in Soul QRBGs. I still need to grind. I'm positive in both Soul Shuffle and Soul QRBGs, but I decided to play a bit more other classes to be able to make guides, because again, This is kind of the purpose of the channel. I like play 3-4 classes in general every season, and for those 4 classes or 3 classes, I'm making like in-depth guide. This is what I love to do. But I will be keeping on making like specific videos on Enhance, because I think Enhance is the one that I'm very much keen to play the most this season. So we did decide to do Helm because it's mastery crit. It's whatever. It's not the best piece, but I decided to like get the heaviest piece first, because those are the most expensive to craft, and not also to craft, but also to buy on with Conquest. So getting a free 875 piece is really cool. We also bought the shoulders, which is haste first, and next I'll be buying the hands to get the 4 set going once we can. And we have also the chest, which is going to be made with either crafting gear or I'm going to buy it with Conquest. So it will depend. Overall, the chest one is probably the worst because it's first crit. I like verse, but I don't like crit. I still prefer mastery, for example. But you could also say, look, I'm going to take the hit. I'm going to go for verse crit, and I'm going to make the head being a verse haste, for example. But for now, I'm actually happy with the decisions I made. So this is pretty much the gearing. Authority of Radiant Power is the best. It is also the most expensive one. So it will depend on you guys to want to play that or not. You could also pick the Darkness one, which does some okay damage. But it's preference. I think personally, Authority of Radiant Power is probably the best. But it is what it is. Now, I also bought the war mode, the bloody tokens pieces with my belt and my cloak. So we have belt haste first and cloak haste first, which is perfect for what I want to achieve. And next week, this week, so Wednesday, I'll have again enough bloody tokens to buy a piece, which I will be buying probably the boots. If it's verse or mastery. If it's crit, I'm not going to buy the boots because it's useless. For example, here we have the boots being crit verse, so we're not going to buy the boots. What we could buy though is the chest, which is haste first, which can help to smoothen out the gearing process. Again, depends on how the season maximum is going to be augmented, if it's going to be also 1350 or if it's going to be 600 more. If it's 600 more, then there's not much I can do. I'll just like spare as much as I can. What I could do is maybe buy a elemental shaman weapon, because I'm still playing elemental shaman as well. So I could buy also this or this, most likely haste first though. If I did like elemental shaman, but I could also say, look, maybe I could like use it on the weapons. Which is also a possibility to get like first mastery weapons very quickly or first haste weapons very quickly, and then get like third week the weapon upgrade. But I'm going to say that right now it is not my priority. I think my priority is either an elemental shaman weapon or I'm buying like, let's say, the chest, which is also a good possibility because again, chest is going to be the last piece I'm going to upgrade with Conquest. Because next week you're going to get 600 conquest more. With 600 conquest more, I hesitate. I could actually buy the hands, but I have to wait another week. Because only you get like 600 more conquest, right? Which is not enough to buy, let's say, hands. But I could also buy the ring, but it means that the third week I will not be able to get the 4 set, which I want to go for. I could do PvE and be a bit lucky with that. I don't know if I'm going to do that, but right now we have like 3 pieces and kind of needs a fourth piece to be able to turn it into 4 set, which is very important for Enhancement Shaman. Like activating Feral Spirit, getting it summon, and 1 extra Feral Spirit is very strong, especially with the mid-season where you're going to play the passive one, where you're going to get a lot of passive Feral Spirits, and this is going to work with it. So those are my plans. Most likely I'm buying the chest with bloody tokens, and I'm going to spare and not buy anything the second week to be able to buy the hands the third week, and might buy some heraldries or something like that to be able to create my other ring, for example. Or I'm like again trying to spare a bit of conquest here and there. So the second week, since we did spend like 2 pieces, you either go for your finger, but then you're having like difficulties to get like your hands in the 3rd week. You have to wait 4 weeks for that. Or you do like me, you're just going to spare it and you're going to spend it the 3rd week with you also getting your 2 weapons. So you're going to have a good upgrade on that. But that is my plan for now. The fingers are doing well. What I could do is maybe like do honor a crafted gear on my finger, but the issue is I do want to have a bit of first. Like for example, now in PvP combat I have 13%. I said 15, but I guess it's because of a druid with me. I have a mastery 49%, which is going to give you a lot of damage, a lot of like resets, which is also quite good. And you have also 23% haste, which whenever you're going to do your go is going to give you 47% haste, which is like very, very cool, and it just works. So this is pretty much the gearing I'm doing, and the plans I'm also going to achieve next week. So next week with bloody tokens, depending on if it's going to be a high threshold or not, I'm going to buy my chest, or I'm going to spare to get my elemental shaman weapon. And the 3rd week I'll be buying the hands and also getting the free weapons, which a lot of people would have probably not get gear. So that's why I'm not making the conquest weapons like on any of my characters, because like crafted weapons, because you're going to be behind in the 3rd or 4th week by 2 or 3 pieces. And that's not really what I want. I want to be able to have more pieces, because again, more pieces means more strength or more agility or more intellect, depending on your spec, and also more health. So that is going to help you win some games where like skill is maybe not the issue, but it is purely like who's the better character, who's the best stats, and stats checking people, right? So again, I'm very happy about Enhancement Shaman and how I geared it. You can do how I do it, or you can just not do it and go for full verse. I miss kind of 12% verse, and that's true. Like someone that does go full verse is going to get like 12% more verse in general. But I love having way more mastery. Like I have 10k mastery and I have like 14k haste, which is like crazy, right? This is going to help you a lot with dealing damage. Like damage is generally not the issue. The issue is like pretty much dying in stuns. And yes, going full verse will give you around like 5% more defensive versatility, which is the decreased damage taken, which is nice. But it's like often it's either you're going to win because you deal more damage, or you're going to survive because your healer is doing a good job, right? But at the end, I'm very satisfied. Overall, let's talk about progress on my Enhancement Shaman. I still didn't push like very hard because again, I'm playing also other characters. But I have like a positive ratio on my soul shuffle. I have a positive ratio on soul RPGs, which surprisingly does well for me. And I did also like 50% win rate on my 3s. Again, testing a lot of comps, and I still need to decide with which people I'm going to grind and try to get like rating in 3s for my shaman. I still try to find a good team to get possibly very high on in 3s, but again, it depends. And like today for NA, but also tomorrow for EU, we're going to get a buff for Storm Strike, which is going to help us a lot. Like right now, we have 328k physical damage in PvP combat. It's going to get 20% increased damage on that. Whenever you're going to do Ascendant, for example, it's going to do a lot of damage as well, because again, it's like ignoring physical, like armor, for example, right? This is going to help you in the long run, and I kind of like it. So if you have questions about Enhancement Shaman, be sure to ask them. If you have questions about my weak auras, whatever, I have also an add-ons video, but also made an Enhancement Shaman PvP guide, so you could also just check that, and in the comments you will see the weak aura somewhere. If you want to play Enhancement Shaman and you're like hesitating because of the meta, don't hesitate. Like generally, I play what is fun, not what is meta. Like I'm currently playing BM Hunter, Arms Warrior, and Enhancement Shaman, which all 3 are not really meta, but will become in the future, because those specs are like notoriously like very heavy on changes, like week to week. Enhancement Shaman a bit less, but BM Hunter and Arms Warrior generally are not kept weak. So it's something like I knew is going to happen, that they're going to get buffs or changes with like further patches, right? So I'll be making a BM guide very soon. It might be today or it might be tomorrow. I'm liking my 3 characters. I kind of decided who I'm going to main this season, like Enhancement Shaman, BM Hunter, and Arms Warrior. But I still need to decide like a 4th one, and it's very much of a headache. I tried to play Resto Druid, but I really do not like. I do not enjoy Resto Druid. I don't know why. I think it's because, again, it has been a long time I didn't play healer. And now playing a healer that is quite defensive in 3s or in social shuffle, it's just not enjoyable. Whatever you're facing, like a preservation evoker or disc priest that has just way more throughput in both sense, which is very annoying to enjoy my time. Like, very frustrating as well. Like, especially in social shuffle where you see your DPSers do like stuff that are not making sense. As a Resto Druid, you are even more frustrated because you don't have a lot of like buttons that are going to make you win games. Like a Cyclone is going to be very useful, but a lot of specs have like CC. The only spec that has like little CC is like, let's say, a priest or like disc priest, for example. They have like no CC, but they have damage. They have fear, but they have damage. So and they have possibilities to take themselves out of CC, for example, with death and fade. So I'm still like open to decide which one I'm going to main for a healer, but right now for my 3 specs that I'm maining, I'm very content. Elemental Shaman is a bit on the bugbear because I really enjoy Enhancement Shaman, right? Elemental Shaman is just like fun, but frustrating sometimes because, again, being like focused every single time is not fun. And yes, you can make it work, but I play just more Enhancement Shaman these days, so this is pretty much how I roll, right? The same for like Fury. I don't play Fury because I'm playing Arms. I could play both, but I don't have like that time to spend on a spec while I'm spending like 100% of my time on like other specs to make guides, or for example to progress in social or in solo queue RPG. So again, thank you for watching this video. Really appreciate you. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet. Hopefully you get like good gear for you. Hopefully you are going to find like a way that is making sense to play the game. And yeah, I look forward. Like, I still need to do the guide for BM Hunter, so I'm going to grind a bit of BM Hunter. I'm going to make Enhancement Shaman videos as well. If you have like questions or video suggestions for Enhancement Shaman or BM or Arms Warrior, be sure to ask them as well, so I can also make them for you, or like think about how I will be making a video for you guys. Yeah, I'm very satisfied. Like, I really love the War Within. It's really great. Have been very fun. Solo RPG is very fun. Social Shuffle very fun. Queue times are actually quite fast, except the first one. The first one for any spec is actually very slow. But I've been enjoying. So again, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.